Hello folks, Mel the Train Tutor back in the studio and back with one of your favourites. We're back in the Big Burma Build playlist and we're working on our trench system. Now, tail end of last year we got the trench system made on the Zitadis, hard foam system. Yeah, but unfortunately they're not around anymore, they've cancelled the line, but I've got them. Yeah, I got them to 90% and I didn't finish the last 10%. So I want to jump on it now. One, because they've been staring at me saying lovingly, please finish us. Two, because I'm getting back into bolt action, I'm playing more and I want them on the finished and on the table. And three, because I've probably got a book signing for Terrain Essentials, the book. Yeah, coming up, in May at wargames. And I'd like to take the Big Burma Build along with me. Yeah, and so I want to get it finished for that as well. Now, what we're actually working on is the Zitadis trench system. Okay, and if you're taking notice, you probably look at it saying they look all done, but they're not. There's actually quite a bit of work to do. We've got some theming work to do, and we've got some weathering and final touches work to do. Now, one of the things I've got to do is, if you notice, yeah, I've got like plant foliage on here, and it's quite vibrant. Now, when I did these, I wasn't well, yeah, and I wasn't thinking straight and probably looking at the project, and I didn't realise, yeah, that actually I use much darker ones on the Big Burma Build. Now that's because I have a pair of balls that I pluck for this sort of stuff, and I use the lighter coloured bulb and not the drab coloured bulb. Yeah, so I've got some plucking to do. But what this means is, yeah, is if I've deployed all my hidden bunkers and my terrain and that sort of stuff, all the defensive positions will have these lighter bits on, which is going to make them stick out like you wouldn't believe. It's kind of like anti-camouflage. You might as well say, hey, here be defences. Yeah? And I can't have it. Now, only a madman would consider taking them all off and re-gluing the proper shade on. Yeah? So, yeah, I've got my hot glue gun. Yeah, and if I bring it up, one of the things I want you to notice is I've cut off the silicone sort of protective sheath around there so that the metal extruder nozzle is exposed. The reason I've done this is because, oh, that one's come off, that's the one I already plucked, is because you can just hold it down and use the heat to melt, to take things off. Yeah, and so my next job is I'm going to be taking off all these light ones, yeah, replacing them with darker ones for the entire set, yeah, and that means all these on there, plus the trench line and the encampment that's over there. It's a tedious job, yeah. Most people wouldn't even notice, but I do, yeah, and I want this to be bang on. So with that in mind, I'm just going to crack on with my hot glue. I've got an audio book to listen to, so roll on good times and here's some pics. That was totally worth it. Check these out. And there they are. Yeah, I've done all the trenches and everything and the command center, but I've just got these on the table at the moment. Yeah, because of space. But straight away, if you look at them, yeah, they've immediately got much more realistic look to them. Yeah, and just to sort of give you the comparison, remember, this is what was on them before. Yeah, and you can sort of see how that would make it cartoony, sort of unbelievable. Dropping it out to a drab colour, beautiful. I mean, check these out. There you go. They've turned out great. Now, obviously we've still got to do the wash on this and make them even more realistic, but that was totally worth the effort. I've done it on the trenches, but next thing I need to do is work on the actual foliage. There's a couple of things I need to do, but it's a lot easier for me to show you. So I'm going to come back in a flash, yeah, and I'll show you then. So I've shuffled everything round and I've got the trenches on the desk now. Yeah, and I can show you what we're going to be doing on them. Yeah, it's only a little bit of work, but part of it is theming work, a bit like we did with the, with the plastic plants and making it a little bit more realistic. And in that sense, when I was putting it on, I wasn't paying close enough attention. Yeah, and I used some really light lichen. Yeah, this stuff here, which is a lot brighter than my normal stuff. Okay, if you look at my normal Burma Build, I tend to go for much more muted colours. I mean, the lightest is that stuff and I've had to heavily spray it, but this stuff is just too vivid. So one of my jobs I've got to do is I've got to come along and basically just grab this stuff and just literally rip it off. Yeah, with the intention of replacing it. Now, with replacing it, there's a couple of good sources of lichen I like. Like it. I'm liking the lichen. Yeah. One of my go-to places is Javis. Yeah, javis.co.uk. And they do these bulk bags, but they're really nice, sort of more earthy, realistic colours. More mute browns. They're more drab. Yeah. So my idea is I'm going to be ripping all this off and replacing the various bits to make it a bit more mute before we go into the weathering stage. But also, I need to put generally a lot more on. You see, when I put them together, they look nice and all that sort of stuff. But one of the issues that I've got, or that I don't particularly like with the piece, is if I bring this piece up here, yeah, and I get this piece, if I bring these together, yeah, you can sort of see that they go together, but you can see the join line. Okay, and through no fault of my own, but these are made out of hard foam trench pieces that I customised. There's slight differences in them, which means, you know, the lines actually there's steps in the lines. It's more pronounced on some of the other pieces. So, what you call it? To deal with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide the join lines. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because when you put them together, it just makes it look a load better. It doesn't look like loads of modular sections. It looks like one cohesive structure. And to give you an idea of how I do that is if we take these pieces away, put them over there, we pull down these two pieces. Yeah. Yeah, you can see although it's got the really light stuff on, it's a lot more heavy on this. But I've also fixed these at the edges. So when I come along, I put these together, all of a sudden, you can't see any join line. It's just one massive clump, yeah, one massive foliage. And lichen's really good at this because it's a little bit flexible. So you can push it up. It's not going to break off. It's not going to wedge. With clump foliage, when it gets sealed, it can be quite solid, yeah, and so it can actually get in the way of things like lining up seamlessly. So lichen's really good for this. I still need to firm this stuff up, and we'll be doing that with a little bit shortly. But the first thing I need to do is I need to take all my light lichen off it. I need to start bulking it up, gluing them down and doing that sort of stuff and getting them in place, ready for sealing and then weathering. Yeah, so, cracking on time. So that's my diversion into making my own realistic lichen done, and I've cracked on, started swapping everything out. There you go. Now that looks beautiful. And it's still got to be stained with the browning yet. If I bring up a bit of the trench line, there we go. Look at that. I've got my mound of lichen in the way here. Shove it over there before I put it in a bag. There you go. And then finally, obviously all the pieces have been done. I'll bring them back in a minute once we've got them, but I want to show you this one. Yeah, far more realistic now we've got rid of those vibrant, horrible, what do you call it, bright green pieces. Right, my next stage is, obviously I've put a load of new sort of fresh lichen on here. Yeah, I did that after it was sealed the last time. So I need to come in and I just need to seal this up. And all I'm going to do is, I'm just going to put a bit of watered PVA through my airbrush, just so I can specifically get the watered PVA on just the lichen I want to seal up and not have to drench the entire thing again. So a little bit of actual precision sealing on this one. Yeah, and then once that's done, I'll bring it back. So that's them all sealed up, and just so I could get the layout out, slightly different angle, this is what I'm calling the unlucky side of the table. Bunkers, barricades, trenches with bunkers, and then the command point after that. And it's looking, look how lush and green it looks. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing just disappears into the jungle. And this is just on the table with those sets. I can't wait until, you know, we get this finished, and at the end of the video we get this all laid out on the actual Burma build with all the other jungle stuff. It's going to look awesome. I'm really getting excited about it. You love that about terrain, you know, when you get your set out and you get it out, you just like, brings, you know, all the effort sort of comes out. Anyway, I'm just enjoying my terrain, but that's where it is right now. Now, the next thing we've got to do is we've got to weather it, okay? Now, long-time viewers of the Burma build will know that I spray down my jungle, yeah, with the Burma build brown, just to give it sort of a more matte look. So at the moment, it's like that. You know, there you go. Different camera angle, I'm not used to holding this one. Right, at the moment, it's like that. Yeah, really lush green, nice and fixed, nice and firm. And now, what I've got to do is give it a blast with the browns. Yeah, mute those things down. And hopefully, blend it in with all the other jungle pieces, so it looks beautiful. So, I'm going to don my airbrushing mask and all that sort of stuff. Just going to start spraying. So there you are, giving it a spray, and immediately, yeah. Now, a couple of other things I've done is obviously, I've given it a general spray with the Burma brown, yeah, just to knock all the foliage back, take that brightness out of it. I've then come round on the edging, blended in the grass so that we've got a nice transition, and it looks like muddy ground that's stained the grass. Yeah. On top of that, I've given it a bit of the wood work, a bit of a spray with the lighter brown. Yeah, this is just to start harmonising it, bringing it up. I want to just finish that off. Perhaps I should have done the wood before I did all the foliage, but it's the Burma build. It's a work in progress. It always will be, and I'll always be figuring things out with it. So we've got the wood to do, and I'm probably just going to go in, take the base Burma brown, add a little bit of light grey to it, give it a bit of a dry brush. Yeah, and then once it's had a dry brush, I'll do a very light dry brush of just light grey, which is a really good way of weathering up woodwork. Now, next bit is we've got the path there. Yeah, and I want to sort of lighten that up a bit. Not too much, but a little. Now to do this, what I've got is I've got that sort of brown. Yeah, what I've done is I've taken my Burma build brown, I've added in about 1/3 ochre. Yeah, ochre is sort of a yellow colour. It's made out of the earth of Italy and the Mediterranean. So it's a really good earth colour, especially if you add it into your darker browns to lighten them up. Now at the same time, it was a bit vivid, so I also put in a little bit of grey. Yeah, and it's given me this colour, which is in the same tone and will lay down perfectly, but I should be able to just airbrush straight down the middle of that path, yeah, which is the plan. Yeah, so my next job is I want to do the, what you call it, the woodwork. I want to spray the ground, and then I've just got a few little details like some rifles and some tubes and stuff like that I just want to paint up and add to it. Now the reason why I'm telling you what I'm going to do and just explaining it is because I don't want to bring these back until they're done now. Yeah, so the final last little bits, that's why you're only seeing one and you're not seeing the full set. Yeah, because they're almost done and I want the reveal to be on the tabletop. Yeah, proper. So, last bits, I'm going to crack on, and fingers crossed when I bring it back this time, it'll all be done and we'll be laying out the table. As you can see by the greenery on my desk, it's turned out beautiful. I've got a few pieces. I'm going to lay them all out on a proper Burma board layout in a moment. I just want to take you through up close and just show you what we've got. Right, straight off you can see where I've come in and I've done my weathering. That is just simply the big Burma brown, yeah, lightly sprayed, yeah. Basically, heavy at the bottom, medium at the middle, light at the top. Worked out great. I also mixed the ochre in, and that's given us our lighter ground effect that you can see there. You can see how it's slightly darker towards this edge. I've got a better indication. There you are, that's a better indication of that. You can sort of see how I've kept the darkness of the original Burma brown there, and we've got a light ground here. And I've replicated that on the trench system and that sort of stuff. Yeah, with the wood, I'm just showing you on these because it's a lot easier to show you than on those pieces. Yeah, now with the wood, we started off and that was our very dark brown. Yeah, our ready, sort of really dark brownie. Yeah, I then hit it with the Burma build, and then I mix some light grey into the Burma build. Hit it with that to get a desaturated look. And it's come out beautiful. The woodwork has been done rather simply, yeah? And I don't know if I'm repeating this because this is a Monday, and I don't know what I filmed on the Friday, yeah? So if I've already said this, apologies. But when you're doing large sets and you're introducing new elements, which woodwork is essentially a new element to the Burma build, you know, wooden defences, it's always best to go in as low bar as possible. What you don't want to do is go in really sort of highly detailed on something and then set that as the standard across the set. Yeah, because what that means is all your woodwork has got to be levelled up to that standard moving forward. And as you know, the big Burma build, it's a big build. Yeah. Apologies, I've got a little bit of sniffles. Kids. So as I was saying, you need to keep, whenever you're introducing something new to a build, one, you need to keep the standard low, okay? Just so you don't have to sort of like invest loads of time across the entire set and moving forward on one particular element. It also allows you to sort of like build feature pieces where you do want to do something more high level, and you can as a feature piece and invest the time in the woodwork or wherever it is you're adding, rocks, paths, who knows, all sorts of things I've got to add. Yeah, but starting low and just getting a general good look with a simple technique is always the best way to do these things. And if we just move on, yeah, let me bring up one of these. There you go. Now, with regards to all the clump and all that sort of stuff, as you can see, nice and firm. Yeah, set really well. Look at the colours on that. That's brilliant. Yeah, if I bring it round, yeah, we can see the ground colour. Yeah, that's just basically my ochre mixed in with the Burma brown. Yeah, just a light covering, just to change the tone a little, and it's turned out great. Yeah. Other than that, all the clumping and that sort of stuff, the weathering, it's great. Yeah. You can see on the sort of trench walls, I've gone really sort of light and just gone for them. Yeah. I'm keeping that sort of low bar effect. Right. Here's the happy bit. We've reached a point in the Big Burma build where this subset is now complete. Okay. Which means the only thing left to do with it before I get to play with it is to lay it out on a full table and take some photos of it. So, back in a flash. Slightly different angle for this one, but doesn't it look beautiful? Really does. Okay, all I've got is I've got the Japanese defences set out over in essentially in this sort of corner edge, and then I've just thrown some of my basic scatter down. Now the first thing I've noticed is I've gone a lot heavier, more realistic on the weathering on the trench systems. They're far more dirtier down, far more drab than the general sort of terrain over here. And if you look, actually, you can actually see a clear difference. This isn't a problem. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, leveling up. When if you do something with one thing, you've got to do it across the board. All it means is I really need to just come back in here with my airbrush. Yeah, and just tone all these sort of pieces and everything else in with this. That's not a problem at all. Yeah, I quite like the look of that, and I have to do it in a certain way because now I've got the track colours down. I can start to come to sort of elements like these and start adding the track colours into these and that sort of stuff, tying it all in. So it is all coming together. Now, functionally, as a set of terrain, we've got the main, the main sort of like fire point with the 3 bunkers. We've got the trench line, we've got the 4 hidden bunkers and the 5 barricades. Obviously, I don't need to use them all at the same time. It looks great when they're set up. I don't think I'd like to actually go up against it, which is ironic because I built these for the Japanese and I play Chindits, so I'm likely to be going up against it. Just a little shout out to a friend of mine. Lee, I hate you. Just before you get to use all this against me. I should have built White City. Either way, yeah, it does look great. Now, I can deploy these in separate sets, so I could deploy just that piece, I could deploy the trench system, I could deploy just barricades, or I can deploy the whole lot, which is essentially almost half a table's worth of terrain. Which sort of adds up, because with the other bits on the set and that sort of stuff, and I'm getting to the stage now where I think I can deploy an 8 foot by 6 foot board, which means I need another battle mat. Damn. Right, it's growing on. It's ever growing. Right, but overall I really like it. It's turned out great. It looks great. It's functional. I don't really know what more to say about it than this, guys. Right, first off, here are some photos. Now that's the best I can do with my photography, but I don't even think that does it justice, to be perfectly honest. Either way, it's onwards and upwards, and above all, we have completed another subset. Yeah, so this is our Japanese defences built. Time to box them up, look after them, get them ready for the tabletop and all that sort of stuff. I've really enjoyed this one. Really enjoyed it. Right, I'm going to wrap this up. Obviously, if you've liked it, click the like button. If you've got any questions, comments, anything like that, get them in the comments down below. I love seeing your comments. And as always, guys, if you look forward to these videos, you look forward to me bringing a smile to your face, you can bring the smile to my face too. I am regrowing the channel. I can only do that with your help. And that means there's some links down below where you can help make that happen. You can join the clan on Patreon because get access to the exclusive behind the scene videos. Yeah, and all the other good stuff for me and the community tab and that sort of stuff. It's only $1 a month. You only have to back one creation for $1 to get access to all of it. The link is down below on Patreon. Yeah. On top of that, if you're not into the monthly thing, you can send a one-off via PayPal or jump onto the Amazon wishlist and get something for the studio. It all helps keep the lights on, the cameras rolling, and me doing this awesome stuff for you. But I can't do it without your help, guys, genuinely. Yeah. So, if you made it this far, consider taking the extra step and putting a real big smile on my face. I'm already smiling, but you know what I mean. Right, in the meantime, more stuff coming. Keep your eyes out. All the best. Ta-da.